What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today, I'm Bankrupt joining on once again for another Star Wars Unlimited gameplay video. And today, we have Hera, Spectre's green-green, pretty much a rainbow deck, taking on Jyn, which is a yellow, green, and white deck. So yeah, like always, if you enjoyed the content, hit those buttons down below, and let me know in the comments down below that you're here and what decks you're currently playing. But let's get into it. It is just me kind of going over the voice for this matchup, because we got a lot of new people coming out to the shop playing Star Wars Unlimited, people I'd never even met before. So a lot of these matches are going to be against players who aren't familiar with the way we do things, and they were really cool enough to let me kind of record our game, which was nice. So I did get the initiative on this one. Right now we're kind of just selecting our resources, and I do have the Jyn profile on our channel right now, so if something you are interested in checking out, go ahead and check it out. I do actually plan on building a Hera deck, if I have the right cards. I've only been able to open up one box, so we'll go from there. I do start out with a standard 2-cost card, which in this case is the X-Wing. Yeah, which is a 2/3. And then he will go into a 3/3 Battlefield Marine, if I recall correctly. So we both passed there going into the next phase. And this is where things get tricky. Like, once you get past phase 1, phase 2 could be multiple different things, especially for someone like me who is playing a Rebel deck. I have ways of kind of like causing boosts, or I can make cards attack and the additional attack power on top of that. So we can kind of go back and forth and see what happens here. And I do go off and play the spaceship that allows me to give 2 experience tokens to a Rebel unit. So making that now a 4/5, and he plays the Fleet Lieutenant, which allows him to attack with a Rebel, giving a +2, so making it 5 damage to my base. And then I will end up just kind of passing over and not passing, but making an attack for 4 damage, and he will take the initiative after that. So kind of doing the regroup phase, figuring out what to put as a resource, and going from there. Oh yeah, and our judge is now kind of passing up price. This is our one of, I think, the first round of this event. So yeah, it's kind of nice getting those prices right off the bat. There we go. Kind of a little tough decision. I'm trying to figure out what to charge there. Or sorry, placing the resource. So he does start out strong with 4, and this, if I recall correctly, is Bright Hope, which is Sentinel 2/6. And then on play, he can bounce a card back to his hand to draw 1 card. He chooses not to do that effect, though, which makes sense. He kind of wants to get that attack off, and what he's doing here is protecting his base from my aerial attacks. So I will pay 2 to play Leia, and I'll go ahead and tap down one of those 2 cards. I debated about if I could extend my turn or not, but ultimately I wanted to tap down his, or exhaust his Battlefield Marine. Which means he attacks with the Fleet Lieutenant to the base. And ultimately here, I do have 2 open resources, another attack still. So I know in this point in the game that he is going to take initiative again. So it just kind of turns out like, how do I do this order of operations here? So here I'll kind of sack my 1 ship to kind of just put 2 damages on his. He will take the initiative token, and I'll activate my, which I didn't talk about at all yet, Jyn Erso, Eros has the ability to have a unit attack, and then the defending unit gets -1/-0, which means I only take 1 damage to my ship right here, which is kind of nice. If I recall correctly, and if I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen, but Hera does experience tokens to units. So going into the next phase, we'll have 5 open resources. And he does have the start. He does pay 3 for Admiral, I don't remember his last name, but it's a trap, which will, as you can see, get rid of Leia. I think it deals 3 damage to a unit. So here I'll pay 3 to have my ship go ahead and make an attack, making that a total of 6 more damage to his base, which kind of puts me in the lead. I mean, when you come into a difference of like so he is playing also a 25-point base, which has the ability to give a card ambush, make it attack another card right off the bat, where I'm playing a 30 health base. So he could possibly get rid of one of my important units in a very kind of quote unquote clutch situation, but I have the extra 5 hit points on top of him. So even though like right now he did 3 more damage to me, I still am technically in the lead, but he's getting a very good ground unit pressure on his side. And here I was kind of reading the back of my leader, trying to remember what it did on the backside. And I go to deploy and we realize, wait, no, hang on, take that back. It's 6 resources, not 5. So then I will go ahead and take initiative, knowing he's still swinging another 3 points to my base or my unit. Depends on what he wants to do here. He does choose end up ultimately doing the base. And then turn around playing Sabine right afterwards. Yeah, he's ready for a kill turn on the next turn. And here we're kind of just double checking what he has on the board, and he does not meet the requirements yet for Sabine. Where Sabine needs 3 attributes on the board, he other than itself, he only has actually 2 on the board. So here we go into the regroup phase, kind of get another resource on the board, kind of restand everything or ready everything. And taking the initiative first here kind of makes me go, okay, I need to figure out the correct line of play. I think right now he's able to do at least 10 damage on board already, which will put me from 6 points from pretty much losing. So he reminded me that it will also do an additional damage to the base as well. So here I'm double checking, like, what does your leader do on the backside again? I just want to double check before I kind of make a decision of what I need to do here. And I think ultimately I'll end up paying 3. Oh, I'm still doing resource. Okay, I was still factoring out what was more beneficial to me in this moment. So I'll pay 3 to give another buff to my X-Wing, which then this will allow me to make it a 6/7. So on board right now, I have 6 damage here. I think 3 damage from the Fleet Lieutenant. He chooses to go ahead and deploy his leader, which gives me the opportunity to make an attack possibly with my spaceship right now. And I'm kind of debating, like, what is the best order of doing things. So I recount it there. It's 6. And I have 2 cards in my hand. I think I have shoot first, and I have the rebel assistance, I think it is, where I can make 2 of my rebels making attacks. So I actually just make a regular attack. 6 points. I'm just trying to weigh out what is best here. So he's at 16 to my 14. He go ahead and activate his base's ability, pays 6 for the ghost ship, and he swings it, giving it shield, gives another unit a shield. Then on attack, he's going to give a unit a shield. So very strong. And he goes and plows it straight into my spaceship, which luckily enough, it only does 5 damage, which means it's still alive. We talked about this afterwards. He's like, yeah, that shit was going to be gone. And I'm like, I just happened to have the right card in my hand to do what I needed to do. So he pretty much relocates the shield token because the shield gets popped when he takes damage. So he moves, and then on attack, he gets to place a shield token on another unit. And pretty much for those who aren't familiar with what shield tokens do, that when the ship or when the unit will take damage, instead of taking damage, you just remove the shield token. So it's just really strong. So here I attack with the fleet unit. He is 6 points from losing the game. But like I said, he has a board. And when he attacks with his leader, he'll give, I think, either 1 or 2 experience tokens. So here he goes. Yeah, so it's just 1. No, it is 2. Yeah. No, that's a shield token. So yeah, but he's just slowly kind of boosting up this card. And I went to deploy the leader, knowing that I need to be able to do 6 damage, which is not where my leader's at. My leader is I think it's a 5/7. And I end up activating shoot first, which allowed me to make the leader be just enough, because he did swing with the Admiral, which gave him restore 1, kind of get a little health point. But because of this, I was able to kind of get this last attack in there. So here we're trying to talk about like what other plans were if we didn't kind of stop each other in the moment. But I hope you all enjoyed today's matchup. Hope, like I said, let us know in the comments down below. Let me know by hitting those buttons down below, and let me know what you want to see next. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye.